My friend, do you have troubles? Is your website just a white screen? Are your forms not working? Do you need some help?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you need a plug-in. We're solving all your WordPress blues on WP Black.
Woo!
Woo, that's it.
It's weird to just not sing along. What do I do with my hands, Jason?
I don't know. I just keep looking at the wall.
So
I don't know
weird.
what to say or do. I'm scared.
Oh, what's up, everyone? It's Bridget Willard. I'm here with Jason Tucker. He blogs at WP Media Pro.
Oh, keep going. Come on. You got it. What else happened?
And he's also the co-host of WPwatercooler, the parent show of this series, which is recorded at 11 a.m. Pacific on Mondays.
Yes. And Bridget, she does Twitter stuff. It's awesome.
I do Twitter stuff.
She also works at WordPress. She makes all of the social media stuff happen with there because those guys don't know how to use Twitter. And so they hired her to do it all.
I'm not going to say it that way.
That's what
I'm
I said it.
Manager.
Yes. Well, folks, we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We're going to talk about WordPress. We're going to talk about marketing. We're going to talk about how you can market with WordPress. If you aren't familiar, a new app came out called Anchor. I asked this question on Anchor, and I was like, "Hey, you know, it's a kind of an audio chat type thing." And I said, "Hey, so what's marketing to you, with WordPress? Like, how do you market with WordPress?" And people started talking about Yoast SEO, and people started talking about. Man, my video is going crazy again. At some point, I'm going to fix this. At some point. Is it gonna make it happen? All right, here we go. So I asked the question. I was like, "Hey, so what is marketing in WordPress? What's that to you?" And a bunch of folks had answers to it. They were talking mainly it was about Yoast, but it was also about like how to do social shares, how to do marketing with email. So we can talk about all sorts of stuff like this and just how to get this stuff all talking to one another, right?
Can we go backwards a little bit?
Of course you can.
Okay, so why do you even have a website in the first place?
Because I have a cat and it needs a blog.
Marketing. That's all I'm saying. Like,
wait, are you telling me that anyone who has a website is trying to do marketing?
The whole reason to have a website and to spend money on a website and to have somebody design you, a developer, a designer, work together and hire a content marketer to put the most amazing Pulitzer Prize winning words ever that persuade you to click buttons and spend your money is marketing. So, I mean, I know that WordPress is often thought of as like this giant coding experiment of GPL hippie love, and it is. But the reason why you have a website in the first place is for marketing. And even if you don't realize it, that's why you have it. So.
I had no idea that my cat needed marketing. No idea. But hey, that's awesome.
Oh, the cat blog.
The cat blog. That's it. It's all about the cat blog. Everything else is money making after that, but you have to start with the cat blog.
Well, I mean, marketing is more than just making money.
It is, yeah.
We call it branding, but really it's your reputation, right? That's still marketing. You still want somebody to think, "Hey, Jason Tucker's an awesome WordPress expert. Hey, Bridget Willard's a total Twitter nerd." We did that on purpose. It's called marketing.
It's true.
And there is a website called WPwatercooler.com. And there's shows on /WPBlab. So you'll see it and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Are you telling me that I've been marketing this whole time and didn't know it?
You didn't know you were marketing?
I had no idea. I kept telling people that I don't market. I had no idea that I was actually marketing.
That's exactly what you're doing.
So should I walk into a room and just tell people like, hey, I'm so sorry for my marketing? I'm so sorry that I'm marketing currently.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he has a cat blog. That's
Oh my
awesome.
gosh, he really does have a cat blog?
Dave, you're awesome. Your cat must make tons of money off of this website. It must be, because
That's
there's at least one ad over on the right-hand side there.
Oh man.
All the catnip in the world, right? So, Bridget, you wanna go through a couple questions here that Adam was talking?
Some questions.
Perfect.
I just wanted to make sure everybody knew websites exist for marketing.
Wasn't trying to be funny when I said perfect.
Just in case that's not accepted as an answer.
So, what are your favorite marketing plugins?
See, I'm a social media person, so that's a tricky question, isn't it? It's kind of loaded.
So what is it? What is a social, like, what is a marketing plugin? Like, what? It's the thing that's going to drive traffic to your website, right? It's the thing that's going to optimize that content to get it out to the social media stuff. Like, what is marketing plugin?
I feel like Adam Warner is trying to trick us because, first of all, there are several different. Okay, plugins are functional. We all agree on this. Okay,
we all agree.
So the marketing,
are not functional.
Probably a designer would say the marketing starts with the design, and probably a content writer would say the marketing starts with the content. But it's all of it, really, right? Okay, so different plugins for different reasons. So, like if you're really into email marketing, then you're going to want something like Opt-in Monster or Hello Bar or Peanut Butter Bar to collect emails so that people sign up. So that would be one kind of marketing plugin. And then having a plugin so people can share, which you and I both use MashShare because I learned it from you.
Yep.
Or a lot of people use different bars either at the top or the bottom. Social sharing buttons are part of marketing. Having a box on a widget box on the sidebar to collect emails, that would be marketing. Just placing your navigation in a way that people can find your blog and calling it a blog. So those kinds of development issues and questions, it's not really a plugin per se, unless you're using like Beaver Builder to like build the visualness of it.
Yeah, true.
That is a plugin to easily drag and drop. I was watching their video the other day. I was just thinking about checking it out.
Beaver Builder?
I don't know. I mean, drag and drop is my kind of thing.
Well, it's drag and drop with a little bit of like, it's drag and drop. It's definitely drag and drop. But there's also some like functionality. Like there's a lot of like stuff for people to do development type work with it, but you don't have to.
And then the last category. So you would have how it looks. You would have collecting emails. You have sharing ability. I would say having widgets to like your Facebook or your Instagram or see your Twitter feed. Those would be different, plugins. Usually I use a Twitter widget that's kind of, I don't remember what it was called. It's just Twitter widget. I like Instagram feed for my Instagram box on the side. It lets you make a short code. But then you need the kind of the open graph data and the infrastructure in the code. And that's Yoast SEO.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's no other way.
Even if you don't want it for the SEO part, you want it for the snippet, and you want it for to fill out your social sharing. Also, another thing I was reminded about today actually is the authorship. So in your you can I think it's in your profile actually, your WordPress profile, you set up where your either your Facebook page link or your Facebook profile link. And you can also do it for Twitter, Google Plus, I think Pinterest also. And so when you share things on Facebook, like when I share things from BridgetWillard.com, it will say BridgetWillard.com by you too can be a guru, and the you too can be a guru is blue, which means you can click it, and then they'll go to my page. So that's another way of like more subtle marketing.
Right.
But if you really should, that's not a plugin. It integrates with Yoast, but really you need to fill out that information in your own WordPress profile. You know, when you're logged into the dashboard and you see your face at the top, it's in there. Because it doesn't seem obvious because you would think it would be in the Yoast. It's not there. It's in your admin profile.
The profile, yeah. And that's the profile that's
user profile.
Yeah, the user profile. And that's the stupid video thing. At some point here I'll get this fixed. I know I will. At some point here.
Yes, Facebook authorship.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it, especially because it's you can get more. Okay, this is not a plugin question, but so a lot of times people will share something from their page and it's exact same time share it from their profile. That's annoying. I would space that out by hours at least, if not a day, because Facebook is sticky. So if you share it again a little bit later, then it'll say, oh, all these people are talking about it. Right. So it's a better strategy to kind of stretch it out. But the truth is that pages don't show up as much as they used to. It's still better than Twitter, which everybody whines and cries about, but you're still getting a higher percentage than you are on Twitter. So, but definitely if you're producing content, you should fill out your author profile, and that should be grabbing your open graph data.
Yeah, in the notes, both if you're watching this later on or right now in the chat or in the comments on YouTube, I put a link in there. It's for the Facebook author tags for Yoast. So take a look at that, because that's kind of one of the questions within Yoast is it asks you, is this like a profile, or is this like a person, or is this a site, and is it being represented by your particular profile, or is it being represented by the Facebook, like a Facebook page or something like that?
And it's good that you shared it, because it has that box. You have to click the box. I forgot until I just clicked on that. You have to click the box that says allow open graph data. Right. Because I was like, what the heck? How come this isn't working?
Yeah, and you got to be careful with those, because if you're the kind of person that thinks if you add multiple SEO plugins that it's going to do more things, it's not. Now, every once in a while, there is something where it's like, oh, this does this better than that. And then that's when you end up kind of having to have this weird mixture. And you also want to make sure that you're not doing multiple, what they call like OG tags that are built into the open graph tags. You don't want to have multiple copies of those. So the best way to check on that is just to look at the view source of your page, just like your main homepage, maybe one page inside, and just look and see, like, is there multiple open graph like blocks? And then sometimes, like the one for Yoast will tell you with comments around it, says, hey, this is using Yoast, this content that was, produced here is being used by Yoast. And, if you need to disable it or whatever.
Also,
I wouldn't stick around with it. Yoast is awesome, so don't disable that one.
Yeah, I love Yoast, but also another way to tell is the Facebook debugger tool.
Oh, yeah.
Huge, humongous. Like I'm going through one of my websites and adding featured images. So because that was the biggest mistake I made, is blogging without featured images. Now I have all this backwards work to do. Yeah. But anyway, so you go to the debugger tool, then you put in your link, and it will show you what it's scraped, and you can force it to fetch new information. So if ever you share a link and you know that it has a featured image on Facebook, but it's not showing up, just go in there and make it fetch it again. And then on your post, you can hover over the upside down caret, but you have to be on that actual post. You can't be just in the feed. You have to click the actual date so that you're only looking at that post and it has its permalink at the top. And then with the upside down carrot, you click on that and you say, refresh share attachment. I do that almost every week for some, like even lately on the WordPress blogs, even though we have the featured image, it's like if I don't do the object debugger first, then it won't show it correctly. And that's ridiculous. Because it's the first time it's ever been shared on the face of this earth, and it should be right. Facebook.
I've actually done something like that where at my work, I deal with both content creators as well as people that are the designers. And what they'll do is the content creator will write the content, the designer will put the featured image and whatever in there, and they may have accidentally shared it, or they may have looked on Facebook and was like, "Oh, is this going to look good?" And then they won't actually share it. Then somebody will go in there and change the featured image or do something like that, and then they go back and they're like, "Oh, this thing's using the wrong one."
Yep.
So what I ended up doing is I ended up adding like a little field inside there using advanced custom fields. There's a little field in there that says like, click here to clear the cache on Facebook.
Smart.
And when you click on it, it takes you to Facebook. It already has like the URL already pasted in there. And they just hit the button and boom, that's it. They're done. They don't have to do anything. So it's kind of like dummy proof.
That should be a plugin.
It should be.
A Jason Tucker plugin.
I charge a lot of money for those types of things.
Oh man, you should totally do that. Or like just get Yoast to, like Yoast. I'm surprised it's not part of Yoast.
Yoast
so
doesn't
good.
do it.
And it's like this weird tool that nobody knows about. But the whole reason why we have images is to get the extra eyeballs.
Right.
It makes the post go from here to here. It doubles or triples the width of the post, or the height. I mean, just like on Twitter. So what are you going to see? Something this small or something this small? It's just so much better.
I wonder if somebody else has written a thing that blows out the Facebook cache before it posts.
Facebook debugger plugin. That needs to happen.
Yeah, that should have been part. I mean, come on, Yoast. Really?
I mean, forget Google. We don't give a crap about that. We just want Facebook to work.
Yeah, I mean, there had to have been. I guess not. That's weird. Maybe I will release that. I mean, it's a pretty simple little like 4 lines of code kind of thing that just does it. Yeah, why
maybe
not?
if you put it on GitHub, somebody will adopt it and make it and market it or something. I'll tell you that's the biggest pain in the ass, and I'm glad I found that. Oops, should I have not said that?
Okay.
Oops.
We're all adults
Beep.
here.
No, I mean, I don't want to get busted by the FCC.
Wait, did you just say ass on the thing?
Oh my God. Because that's the frustration level, folks.
Yeah.
That is the frustration level. And I learned the hard way, so you don't have to. Facebook object debugger. Bookmark it, use it. Okay, so I think we demolished Adam's question.
Oh, we're still on that?
What's your favorite marketing plugins?
All of them.
They're all marketing plugins.
See, we already answered this one.
We're
that good, Bridget. We are so good that we just started blowing through all of them.
So meta. Well, because this is the question. I mean, this is the existential question, right? And I feel like, and I love WordPress people. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like in comparison to their GPL open sourceness, I feel like this horrible Machiavellian evil marketer, James Bond villain petting a cat. Like this horrible person, because I think we should be getting extra customers and making money.
You're like, why are we leaving money on the table here? What's the problem?
Crazy lady, we're not here for money. We're here for the code. So it's been a discussion. I was just like, the reason why you have a website in the first place.
Right. This magic moment asks.
This magic moment.
Exactly. I have a love-hate relationship with WordPress. Me too.
Aww.
Talk to me about SEOs. I cannot seem to get them right.
Well, Yoast is the first step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Also,
take all the other SEOs and turn them all off, and then turn on Yoast. Continue.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't have competing. Like, you don't want all-in-one SEO and Yoast.
Right. Because double the SEO,
Yeah, double the pleasure, double the fun, double the Government gum. So child of marketing, I know commercials, like, right? So anyway, here's the thing. The color turns red for no reason.
Oh,
it could
she's
be,
talking about the street
oh,
light.
the Yoast street light. There was a video that the Yoast guy gave. What's his name?
Yoast.
How do you?
Yoast.
Oh, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Oh, Yoast is his name?
Yoast is his name. Yoast.
Oh, but it's spelled with a J because it's
Yoast. 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 And Yoast is his name. Oh.
Bridget is understanding things, and puzzle pieces are coming together. I'm fairly new to the WordPress space, people, but anyway, he gave a video and he said sometimes it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. But because some pages you want to rank for and some pages you don't. And there was another video I watched, because definitely subscribe to their email list. They're not blah, 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 boring marketing things. They're very educational. It's a subtle kind of marketing. And you learn a lot from their emails. They're actually worth reading. And I don't say that a lot about email marketing.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, here's the thing, is that it grades you on yourself. So you say that you think your keyword is Persian cat, but Persian cat is not in your slug, and Persian cat is not in your title, and Persian cat is not in the first sentence. Okay, so it's all about, if you want the green light, your title should be Persian cats, why I love them, and the first sentence should be Persian cats give me allergies, but they're so beautiful, I love them the most. And then the title of your page should be, and then your snippet should say Persian cats, if that's the keyword you're wanting to rank for. So it's a game where you are judging yourself. So if it's not working out, either rewrite your first sentence or change the name of your, because even if you don't have to change your actual URL to change the way it displays, you could do that in the snippet editor. So,
no, you got it. You got it.
Sorry, I'm just going on and on and on. But see, I'm learning this by experience. I'm like, this is ridiculous, because I was the first person to say, whatever many shows ago, that Yoast is making me just feel like I never graduated from college.
Well, I never graduated from college, so it makes you feel like that all the time.
So, I mean, I do have a student loan and a degree. So, but really, I think but Jen Miller is the one who taught me this. She wrote a whole blog post just for me. She goes, how to make your light go green every single time, on needsomeone2blog.com. So if you want to look that up. But anyway, so that's what it is. It's just a game. So you're defining it. And really, I don't know if that's as important as it being long enough for Google. I mean, Google wants it. And Yoast will tell you this, you don't even have 300 words. But they really like kind of a 8 to 1,200 word post. They want you to blog regularly. So if it's every week, then it should be every week. You should be sharing your content on Google Plus. That is the biggest shortcut, says Pam Ann Marketing.
Yep.
And until they get rid of it, just take advantage of it. Just, post it there. And, so I think we forget that, you could do the pay-per-click, programmatic buying, blah, 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 blah stuff. But really, if you're producing content that's informing people, they're going to share it. But you have to also, so that's, the SEO is more than just the green light. It's a holistic approach. It's staying within you're writing something that somebody wants to write, somebody wants to read, somebody wants to share. It's for your audience. Either you have to define your audience first and write for them, or you have to find your voice and your audience finds you, which is what happened to me. So I found my voice and they found me. And but definitely Google Plus, because I'm telling you, if you Google what is WordCamp, my blog post is on the first page. And that's
This
in
is true.
mode. So I'm telling you that has to be Google Plus, because there's no way I should be on the same page with WP Beginner or Niall Flores or anybody else.
Right.
Because they have a way bigger, I mean, a revival on my blog is 20 hits. I'm like, oh, I got 20 hits, you know? So it's not
Yeah.
that. It really has to do with using what Google favors, which is its own self.
Yeah. Hey, earlier you were talking about images, and I wanted to kind of bring up something about kind of the SEO part of images.
Do that.
I used to manage. Yeah, so I used to like manage a site that did a lot of images on their site. So it was a celebrity blog. They had a bunch of images that they would post on there. People would click on them, and people would find them just by doing Google searches. So they type in celebrity's name here. They type in, yearbook photo or whatever. And then what ends up happening is they would go to that page, or rather they'd go to that image through like a Google image search, and they would see the image and they're like, ooh. And because of the fact that we put in alt tags and descriptions and we put in all the stuff relating to those images, what ends up happening is people find that stuff. And if you do it right with Yoast, you could actually have that drive traffic to the post that image was attached to. So I put in the notes here. I'll post it in here one more time just in case it got scrolled past, because we have a bunch of people joining us right now. So if you go check that out, what this does is it kind of describes how the media uploader works and how the management part of the media manager, media uploader, how the whole part works. And if you have a good theme that really uses all of those tags, all of those different pieces, the description, the alt text, and you name the image before you upload it, don't name it freaking DMG blah, blah, blah. Like, rename the image. This is cat, blah, blah, blah. She's Persian, she this and that. Put all the keywords into the file name. Then upload it. Then put all that stuff in there, that link that I sent you. And then what happens is somebody does a Google search for that image, boom, you're getting some traffic. Now, yes. Yoast talks about this on their Yoast images. I'll post a link in the chat for this too, where they talk about, at the very bottom, they talk about how to redirect the images to the attached page. So there's this kind of for those of you that don't know, anytime you post an image or put an image into a WordPress blog post or even a page, what ends up happening is there's this like a relationship that happens between the two of them. You have an image, and then you have the post, and they're attached to one another. So it being an attachment, what ends up happening is there's that relationship there. So when somebody goes and does a Google search and finds that image, Yoast will tell it, hey, instead of displaying the image, I want to redirect you over to its parent page, its source where it's being used, and then display it. So that would be the best way to go about it. When you're doing that, and it's a very image-heavy thing, the thing to kind of be a little worried about is that if you're using that or seeing a lot of those types of redirects happening, make sure you have like a unique image for each one of those posts. So if you reuse the images, it's just going to take the most recent one and redirect it to that. As far as I remember, that could have changed, but as far as I remember, that's what it does, is it takes the most recent one and redirects you to it.
Plus, for social sharing, I found that, again, the hard way is I thought, I have this series and I'll just use the same graphic for every single one. Then guess what? You share it on Pinterest or you share it on Facebook, and nobody knows it's a different
all the same
post.
things.
They don't know it's a different post.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great that you have an image for the whole series, but people can't tell it's different. And I cannot emphasize enough how much I agree with you about filling out those alt tags.
Oh my
gosh. It's a crap load of work, but just see, because I just did it on we do some agency work. I just did it for I don't even know how many images today, maybe 70. Right, maybe more. But you should do that as you upload them. All these maintenance things are a pain if you have to go backwards. But if you just do it right at the first, it's like if you clean up while you cook, then it's not a disaster later.
Right.
And you're like, I can't even look at this place. Looks like Thanksgiving just happened. But do it as you go, and then it's not a big problem.
That client that I was telling you about just now, luckily they were smart enough to have all of those images named appropriately. But what they didn't have is they didn't have any of the alt text. And so we ended up using a WordPress plugin that will look at the name of the title, take out any dashes or underscores, and then turn that into words. So, Persian cat on a rug. Okay. And it just took that and dropped it in there. Now, that's cheating, but at least it got us closer than what we had, which
it's better.
We had was
it's
awful.
Better than not having it.
Right.
You really want those alt tags.
Yeah, and especially the description, having a longer description piece to it helps out a lot because, you don't want to have duplicate information or anything like that in there, but you definitely want to have some type of extra stuff in there just in case somebody clicks on the link. They'll go, oh, the alt text says this. Oh, yeah. Okay, now I know what it is. The title says this. So that's where that link I sent you kind of describes that because you have the title. You have a caption if the theme supports captions. So that's the text that's directly next to the image. You have the alt text, which is the text that happens when you have
a screen reader.
Yeah, like a screen reader or something like that. Or they just have images turned off. Mm-hmm. And then you have a description. So you have all those pieces that kind of get tied together. So if you look at that, it describes how all that stuff works. The plugin that we used for that was called SEO Friendly Images. That was the plugin that we used to kind of clean up the mess that we made. And like you were talking about, kind of cleaning up as you're cooking.
Yeah.
Perfect sense.
Definitely. No, and also just, I'm no SEO expert, but definitely don't upload the 7,000 pixel version of your, because site speed is a ding for SEO too. So if the biggest image that your theme can use is 800 pixels wide, then just size it right the first time.
Yep.
Then when you upload it, won't be like.
What I will say is if you're going to do it and you're using something like Foobox or something like that, you're going to have some type of light box that shows up. I hate when I go on like photography websites and I'll click on the thumbnail and I kid you not, the light box pops up and the thumbnail shows up in the image and you're like, why? Like I can't. You did not do your homework. You did not watch, the videos that explain how this works. You didn't do any of those sorts of things.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah, lame. We have more questions. People are super excited, Bridget. Yeah. Super duper excited.
We can thank our friend Priscilla for helping us.
It's all her fault. She's the one that was like,
be a little more topical. Thumbs up, Priscilla. Thanks for watching.
It's all her fault. Robin writes, how do we know what we should and should not touch on our CSS and PHP stuff in WordPress? Don't you laugh because I used a pun.
I would say if you don't know how to read it, you shouldn't touch it. That's me. Can't touch this.
Well, okay. So the CSS stuff, like anything, have a backup before you touch it. And if you can do this stuff local before you get it out to your live site, even if you're, you got this term cowboy coding, this idea of making changes on the site when it's live. If you want to do like semi-cowboy coding, what you could do is have your local site, make your changes, copy and paste the CSS, drop it into the, your website and push it and be able to display it. Test it. So test it local, then make a copy of it, put it onto your live website, hit the save button, and then have it display. Yeah. Right, Bridget?
I wouldn't even touch it. If I don't like the theme, I'll just find another theme.
Yeah, but what if
the PHP is all that WordPress server language? I wouldn't touch that at all.
But what if the website was perfect? And the only thing you didn't want on there is they put this stupid purple bar across the top, and you're like, I hate purple. I just want purple to be green. Or I just want purple to be blue. And so you have to, so you open up the CSS, right? So you open up the CSS and you're like, okay, CSS. Let me search for green. So they type in the word green, right? Thinking, I'll just look for the word green. Green doesn't show up. And you're like.
No, because it's hexadecimal. At least I know that.
So what do you do? How do you find out what the color is of that thing?
I use a Chrome extension tool called Color Picker, and it has a little eyedrop signal, and then you can find your camera's doing weird stuff again, and then you can find out exactly what color green it is. Or there's probably about 1 million CSS. Just type in hexadecimal color codes, which it means it's a hashtag or pound sign, and hex means 6, decimal is numbers. There are 6 numbers that represent a code of a color. So F is black, and 0000000 is white, or opposite. I can't remember.
My stuff's freaking out again. I don't know what the deal is, man. Every single time. Robin, look, I get excited about this stuff, and then I freak out. It's just what happens. It's just what happens. I get super duper excited about this, and then I just start going ballistic. So
once you know the color picker and you know the exact color green, then you can search for that 6-digit number.
Yep.
And replace it.
Yep. If you want to do it like the faster way,
choose the right theme in the first place.
You can right click on the page if you're using Chrome and go and open up the inspect window. And then you can click on the thing in the upper left-hand corner. I can't remember what it's called or what it looks like, a little spyglass or whatever.
Inspect element.
Yeah, inspect element. And then just move your mouse on top of the thing and it'll tell you what the color is.
Yeah, I'm afraid of that.
You can't break anything. It's all local. You can't break anything.
Hi guys.
Robin.
Oh, hey, Robin. What's happening?
It's all good. And I love you guys. You guys are so funny and helpful at the same time. You are. This because you guys helped me live. Do you remember?
Oh yeah, we were cowboy coding on this show.
That was awesome,
home, folks.
And then, Jason,
get excited.
Me out
awesome.
so much. Oh my gosh! But you know
awesome.
Super excited. Do you know what happened? Is that Red Waves updated their theme, and where I had put different coding, like totally disappeared and stuff. And I was like,
I need a child theme.
Yeah.
I know. Well,
and
they have it. So I actually bought the full Red Waves theme, and it does have a child theme, but I have not gotten into understanding how to use that yet. I'll work on it. I'm working on it.
Fix that one. Change the child theme. Don't change the regular theme.
But okay,
so when the theme updates, so what happens is the parent and they make all the rules, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So you do it because I told you so.
Right.
Because I'm the mom.
Yep.
So the parent theme does that to the child theme.
But
so
what happens? You install both themes?
No, it's a child. It's like it just comes with it. Like when you invite your friends over for dinner and they bring their kids because they can't find a babysitter. That's what the child theme is.
You're not a mom, are you, Bridget?
No.
I'm a dad. We just leave the kid at home by himself.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what I'm. So this is why I'm asking, because let me open up this file. So I downloaded the Red Waves theme that I bought. Okay. And I'm trying to find where it is, but it has a separate file, a zip file for both Red Waves and the child theme. And so that's what I was confused about.
Yeah.
Is what do I do? Yeah, here it is here. So I have Red Waves zip and Red Waves child zip, and I installed Red Waves zip on my blog.
Mm-hmm.
So what do I do with that child zip folder?
So here's kind of the reason why you'd even use a child theme to begin with. So what they're doing is they're saving you from yourself. Because what they're going to do is at some point, because what they're going to do is at some point they're going to tell you, hey, we came out with a new version of your theme and we want you to upgrade to it.
That's what happened.
What ends up happening is if you picked the parent theme and not the child theme and you upgrade to it, all the stuff's going to change. And you're going to go, whoa, what just happened?
Yeah.
If you would have picked the child theme at the beginning, like installed both of them, but then selected the child theme, what ends up happening is the child inherits all the things from the parent. So the parent has the base information. I
told you, I'm the mom.
Yeah.
Like that. It's bosses.
The analogy is a little weird, but it's close. So
So
think of it. The way I think of it is think of it as like transparency paper with different things listed on it. Each one of those transparencies is like the file that's been modified. So when you lay it on top of
Interesting.
each other and then look down at it, you see all of the things that are listed in there. The CSS file, a smaller CSS file, like one that just has the things that have been changed. It'll have the each of the different PHP files that are for like the page and the single and the index and the front page and all these different things. Well, the only ones that were changed in the child theme are the ones that will be included in the child theme.
Okay, so do I want to install both of those
Yes.
themes then, the Red Waves and the child theme,
Definitely.
but I want to apply the child theme.
You want to activate the child theme and then have the parent, the parent theme, just the base theme, have that just be there, and it doesn't need to be enabled. It just needs to exist, be installed
Okay.
on the site. And then what happens is when Red Wings comes around and says, "Hey, I'm going to update the,
Red Wings.
Oh.
Red Waves. It's all
Red
right.
Waves.
No, Red Wings shoes, whatever. It's all right.
Whatever." So once that thing's updated, then what you do is you take depending on how the theme's set up, you'll either click on a link that says update the theme, or if they haven't figured out how to do that yet, they'll tell you to take the zip file and extract it and upload the files onto the server.
Okay,
Most of the time nowadays, people have the little update button. You hit the update button, it downloads it.
They
You're good to
do,
go.
because Red Waves Lite is an official like WordPress one that they offer people. So they're pretty good about that. So if I have other themes that are just hanging out there in my blog that I've tried out, I want to delete those if I'm not using them then.
Yeah,
correct?
definitely. Because let's say one of them is a very popular theme, and let's say that popular theme had some type of virus in it, not virus, but some type of bad thing in it.
Malware.
Malware or whatever, right? Exactly. So what ends up happening is somebody can, the person can go to all the different websites out on the internet, and they're all looking for that particular web address for that thing, and then kick off a series of attacks that will happen on everybody's sites. So I would always remove any themes that you don't need, except for the ones that are dated 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, all those different ones. Keep those ones in there. And the reason why is just in case things go south, you have some way of being able to test your website and make sure it's working okay.
Okay, that's good to know, because I actually bought a different theme beforehand because I just switched domains.
Okay.
And I was really unhappy with a lot of the stuff it did. So I ended up going and looking for something else, and I found the Red Waves Lite, and then I ended up buying the Red Waves. So 2015 I want to keep.
Yeah. Just pick one of them. 2015 would be perfect for that. You can delete all the rest of them if you don't need them. And
I'm doing it as we speak. That's exactly what I'm doing. Thank you. I'm listening to you guys because you guys help me.
Aw.
You do. I mean, that's the thing, is that's why I like your show, is because it's helpful and funny all at the same time. So now I have Red Waves Lite, and 2015.
Perfect.
And I'm going to install the Red Waves child theme and activate that.
Yep.
But do I want to keep the Red Waves Lite if I have the full Red Waves and the Red Waves child?
I would say no.
Okay.
But that just depends on how their stuff's set up. Okay. I'd never seen it. The idea of a grandfather theme doesn't exist. So it's just child and
so leave it there for right now.
Yeah, it won't hurt.
And see what happens. And I can always delete it. And if there's something happens when I delete it, I'll know what caused it and I can reinstall it.
Exactly. Now here's something to think about later on down the road. Let's say that you went and let's say this theme is one of those themes where they rely a lot on widgets. So the whole site is just all widgets. You drag all these widgets all over the place.
Right.
When you switch themes, your widgets will get all wiped out, and you'll have to start all over again.
Yes.
So that's the reason why you're using a child theme and not the parent theme that's going to be updated. Because if something goes crazy, at least it's bound. Like the selections and how do I explain this?
Style.
The widgets that are selected and the way in which they're selected, I'm like frozen now. Awesome.
We can still hear you. It's all right. Go crazy again.
It won't let me. So I'll show Bridget and I real quick.
Aww.
All right, so there we go. So the way in which that those widgets are set up, if they were to change, like if you were to change themes or whatever, they would get all blown out. But because of the fact that you're using the child theme, they'll never change because you're never going to change the theme. And if you need to change the theme just to test like what's going on with the website, switch it to 2015 or 2016 or whatever. Look at it, make sure the website loads up okay, switch back. And if things are still broken, obviously it's the theme that's messed up.
Gotcha. That's awesome. Yeah. You guys, you're really good at what you do.
Stop.
I hope so. I get paid to do this stuff all day long.
And then Bridget, and then you mentioned Niles Flores and WP
awesome.
Beginner.
Yep.
I know both of them. Niles lives right near me.
Oh, cool.
She's in Illinois, but she's in the St. Louis area. So I've met her on multiple occasions. And what's his name? I can never remember, but WP Beginner, I know who he is.
Syed Balkan.
Yeah. Syed, yes. So Syed works with me with a particular brand that I work with. And so I've met him on some trips and stuff. And yes, both amazing people. So this is really good stuff that you guys are giving me, and I appreciate it so much. All right, I'm going to ask one more question.
Well, yeah, because you have a few of them in here. So should I just show them up on the screen here, and we can knock them out?
I want to know about those alt tags on Yoast.
Yeah,
that's
because
weird.
I just downloaded the SEO perfect images, whatever you put the link in there for.
Yeah.
I just got that, although it's not been updated within a year. But I did go ahead and get it.
It's pretty basic.
Look at him. And I do that. I'm not afraid to download old.
Well, and it's not
old plugins for some things, but that's the thing that it tells me. Yoast tells me every single post I have says that I do not have alt images, but I do. Is it looking at other things on my blog, maybe like sidebars or something? Is it seeing that, or is it should be just looking at the post I'm working on?
Just that particular post. Yep.
Every single time it tells me I'm missing some alt tags, and I have gone through diligently.
So when I was working on that client site that I was talking about as an example, what they were doing is, it was funny because they were uploading the image, and this is just because they didn't know any better. But what they would do is they'd upload
either.
Right, and you may go, "Oh my gosh, I'm using this too. I'm doing this exact same thing." So what they would do is they'd upload the image using the media uploader. Then they'd go into that library and they would click on the image. They'd go over to the right hand side. They would copy the URL of the image. They would go, but then they would go into the post and then they would paste it. Like they click on the image button, paste the URL in, and then they would. I don't know why they would do this, but they did. And then they would hit the little stoplight button.
Editing their image.
They were like hot linking from their own site.
Yeah, and no, I'm not doing that. When I upload the image, I click, but where it says, sorry, my lights just went out, and somebody clicked all off on my hue lights in my home. It's all right. It's all hue lighting. Gotta love a smart home. It's all right. It's all good. It's all good.
We can still hear you.
Yeah.
It's still your line.
Sorry. I'm just looking. I'm like trying to figure it out.
Oh, sorry.
They do this. My son does this. My husband does it when he's out of town. They mess with us. There's too many smart things in our home. But
that's awesome.
But yes, so I go and I upload the image, and then I look at the image itself. I put in the alt and the titles and things like that. I don't use captions because I just don't like the way it looks.
Right.
But I do put those in there and do it, and I have it on every single image, including my featured image, all those things, and it's still Yoast is still telling me.
Oh,
nope.
Weird. I wonder if it's the way that the that is it only that particular theme that's doing it, or is it?
It did it on the. I had it on the other theme. So I've had 2 other themes that I've tried using with this new domain, and they've all done it.
Ooh.
Priscilla is saying, do you have tables? Because tables need alt tags too.
No. I mean, there might be 1 or 2 posts on my blog that have tables, but not as a general rule, I don't use tables anymore. I did that back when I had a regular website, but I don't do it on the
Right.
blog
You have
so much.
images in your widgets?
I do have images in my widget, but they
Yeah.
again also have
Yoast-
alt tags.
Yoast, when you click on that or look at the stoplight, what it's
Mhm.
doing is it's looking at the content area of the post.
Right.
So
Right.
anything that's in that box or anything that's in any other
That's what it
meta
should be
boxes,
looking at.
yeah, that's
Right.
what it should look at.
Hmm.
I don't know.
So
that's
maybe
weird.
I'll have to send a message to Yoast about it and say, all right, what's going on here? Because
Can you
it's
paste
odd.
in one of the URLs and maybe I can look at it real quick?
Sure. Let me go find one that says that I don't have my images
Because
tagged
I
correctly.
might be able to point you in the right direction to at least look at it through.
Sure.
You know, I'm going to look at it from like a view
From a different
source.
perspective.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm going to look at view source and go, what does this thing say?
Okay, so that one, of course, the first one I went to, of course, doesn't say that. Let me find one here. I'm so sorry. I know it's always that way, right? You take your car to the mechanic and it
Yep.
does this, and he's like, no, it doesn't.
Exactly.
Jacob works in IT.
right.
He's used to that.
I'm totally used to that. That's it.
I've got one here, and my husband's a mechanic, and so that's why I say that. So. And I always know I give him so many different descriptions of my car, and
It's making the
He's
clunk, clunk noise.
yeah. All right,
Oh.
so I'm gonna put a URL in here, and this one is telling me that I don't have all. Let me get back to my blab tab here. Too many tabs, too little time. All right, there you go.
Sweet.
All right, so that one is telling me that it says the images on this page do not have alt tags containing your focus keywords.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah.
The plot
So like,
Ta-da!
so like this particular image, let's say, nope, that wouldn't be the right one to look at. Let's try. If you want to follow at home, what I'm doing is I loaded up that page and then I went over to, like, I'm in Chrome, but you can do this in pretty much any
Right
browser.
click, yeah.
Yeah, right click, go to view page source.
Yeah.
If you're on Windows or on a Mac, just Command F or Control F. And then a little search box will show up. Type in IMG and hit enter. And hit enter like, I don't know, it's like 15 times or something. Just keep pushing it till you get to where all the images
Yeah,
are.
because she has 181.
Yeah, you got a lot of
IMGs.
images, which is fine. But what you end up with...
Wait. It says I have 181. Oh, you know what that's from? So when you're
Your
looking at the
little-
full page, it's my selfies up there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So is that all right? The reason I added that. Let's talk about one issue at a time. Let's talk about the Yoast thing first, and then we'll go into
No
that.
problem. So if
Okay,
you...
so the Yoast thing is that it wants me to include, and I never read that before, that it wants me to include the keyword that I specified in Yoast
Yeah.
Mhm.
in each and every image tag.
Yep.
Well, you don't have to do it, but that's
each and
that's
every,
what
but-
we were talking about
yeah.
earlier. It's grading you on yourself.
Right.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be exact because nobody knows that you don't have a green light. You don't have to tell. It falls under
Well,
don't ask, don't
I
tell.
do have a green light on this tag, or on this post, but I got enough other things right apparently. But I see what you're saying. So, but is there anything that counts against me then if I include the same keywords on every single photo, or no? It's all cool.
You have like how do you pronounce this thing? Is it Chipolo?
Chipolo. Yeah.
So you have Chipolo in box is one of them. And then it has the that's the alt tag for it. And that's all that's in there for that image. So like I have no idea how this is going to work if I paste this into the blab, but
Okay.
it's probably gonna. Let's see if it blows up.
my
Yeah, it blew
gosh.
up. Awesome. So you can
It
see
blowed
in the
up.
middle of the purple, it says Chipolo inbox.
Inbox. Because that's what I named that particular image of
Right.
the 2 Chipolo boxes I had.
Yep.
So
So
that's
that's,
your
if I
alt
put-
tag.
that's your alt tag.
Chipolo item finder inbox, then Yoast would be happy. Because Chipolo
Yeah.
item finder is the keyword that I specified
There
on
you
that
go.
particular
Right.
post.
Yeah, and it's funny looking at the site because, like, you know, I'm curious
Yeah.
how your site's built and everything.
Go ahead.
So you're using a slider over on the right hand side, right? Is that how that's working?
I am. Yes,
You're
that's
using
Soliloquy.
Soliloquy, yeah. So yeah, that's loading like it's
Yep.
it's crazy. It's like are you using Chrome right now?
Yes.
Okay, so you did the whole thing that I told you where you do a find, type in the word IMG, and then
I didn't do that. So
Okay.
tell me that again, because I wasn't listening, because I know what I can look at my source anytime I want.
Yeah.
So tell me specifically again what you would like me to do.
Right click, go to view page source, and then
Okay.
view page source, do Command F, and then type in the word
Wait, Command or Control F?
Are you on Windows computer?
I'm on Windows.
Okay, so yeah, you want to do Control.
Okay, Control F and image. Oh, okay, I got what you're saying, because it found 185 of the images.
Now,
I gotcha.
so if you look on the right hand side, you'll see a bunch of yellows.
Yes.
All the way down. See at the very towards the like 3/4 of the way down, you have all of those yellows. That's all of the images that are being loaded.
Right. And so
that's every single one of those selfie thingies that are loading. So like the main content of the site is
my selfies.
Well, no, the majority of the page load is the selfies.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's gonna slow your
and so this is why I have this. Okay.
Okay.
There was a thing, and it was called, what was it? Picture a day, selfie
a day.
I remember that. You know what I'm talking about,
Back in the day.
It was so cool.
It was cool.
I had so many people who recognized my blog, remembered me because of it, because of all these pictures. And then it stopped working. I emailed, I did everything to get a hold of the creator of that. I said, I'll pay you to make it work again. I don't care. Never got any response. It's there, but it's like dead. And you cannot add any more pictures. I tried deleting old ones and stuff.
Right.
And that's what I was using for the longest time. So I just happened to find Soliloquy last week before. And I thought, I can add out some of those old images and do that. But you're saying that this is adding too much time to my site load.
It's loading a decent amount of stuff. I'm not saying it's...
what was that pingdom thing? What does Steve Zenkett use? Pingdom?
Pingdom.
I don't know Pingdom.
So if you type in Pingdom and then you put in your
it's
website, it'll tell you how long.
Yeah, it's tools.pingdom.com is what will do it.
I see it, and I do know that my site time, my load time is a little too slow for Google and places.
Yeah, that will be.
But it was slow before I had that too. So
maybe make a video out of your selfies instead.
Yeah, but then how do I add? That's the thing, is I want to add new selfies all the time.
And Instagram feed. You can just have them all come on a page.
But not everything I do on Instagram is a selfie.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? And that's the reason I added the Soliloquy, only because it generated so much content and recognition.
Well, you know what? Maybe that's the reason why you should leave it on there.
Okay.
Well, it's a marketing decision now, right?
Yeah.
Now we switch from WordPress to marketing.
So now what you could do is for all of the whatever success is to you, if it's selling stuff or getting people to like your selfies or whatever it is that brings you joy and whatever, you may want to find better web hosting. And you can throw all the selfies you want in there and go crazy, and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, because I have HostGator still, shared server and stuff. And so I think I'm going to need to switch once I get my traffic back up. So I just switched domains in January. That's when I came in. You guys helped me. You guys helping with the headers and all that kind of stuff. But my traffic, of course, has dropped dramatically, by more than 50%. And so I'm working on building. Yes, I did. And I'm working on it. I've got some 301 direct plugins. I've got all this stuff going on, but I'm still pulling things from the old one because it didn't I couldn't just import it.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy. You guys know it was crazy. So
oh yeah, Bridget knows all about that.
I know all about it, and I didn't know 301s existed. So
yeah,
I know the hard way.
I know about 301s and stuff, but it still it didn't pull. I tried importing my images. It imported some of them, but not all, even though I went like month by month because it wouldn't do, because I have I've been doing this since 2008. I've got a lot of posts on my blog, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm slowly just going through and adjusting. And then when I do go and update the image files and stuff as I need, I'm updating with the Yoast stuff and adding keywords and stuff. So I figure it's all good practice in the end. And my most popular posts, I did that right away with, of course.
Right.
And I've got the 301 redirects on all of those. But it's been a definite journey, and it still is. So,
and you've got the T-shirt to
exactly.
tell the story.
I'm working on it, but it's all good. And I have a new computer giveaway that I'm going to start probably Monday.
Ooh.
And that will definitely boost my traffic back up again. I'm a ambassador for Lenovo.
Oh, nice.
And so they sent me a new computer, and they sent me two, one for me, one to give away. And so that'll really help boost my traffic back up again and stuff. So that'll be good. So watch for that if you guys are interested in winning a Lenovo. But
of course, Robin, you're using Google Plus, right?
I do have Google Plus.
Are you posting your new links there?
My links are automatically posted there.
The new ones from the new URL? Okay.
Yep. They automatically get posted there. But for a long time, I got a lot of traffic from there. And I was in the top 10 for St. Louis area people, even on Google Plus. But it's really died off quite dramatically since all the changes to Google Plus. But I'm still sending them there.
Yeah, because the SEO part.
Yeah, that's exactly why. And so everything goes out to Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google Plus. LinkedIn is the only one I sometimes turn off. It depends on if it's relevant for LinkedIn or not. I don't post I don't send the recipes automatically to LinkedIn because the LinkedIn people don't care about my recipes.
No, we don't.
Unless you're a chef.
Right, and I'm not a chef. I'm a foodie, but I'm not a chef, and so I do try to manage that. It's so yeah. No, it's I have a dog. I have 3 cats. It's okay. I have a kid.
I should have shut my door.
She was talking to the husband, not the dog.
My husband was in his man cave a little while ago playing music, and so I got it. It's all right, Bridget. It's okay.
But it really is my dog.
There is no debate happening tonight or anything, so he's not yelling at the TV, so that's good.
Exactly. Thanks, Robin. You're awesome.
I'm gonna jump off, guys.
Okay.
No problem. Thank you.
Your show. I really, truly enjoy it, and I don't say that about all the shows that I go on Blab and stuff. I'm here on Blab a lot, but I really do enjoy it because it's educational and fun all at the same time. And keep up the good work, guys. Okay. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Alrighty, bye.
Hey, we have a question from David Bell about social sharing buttons.
Yeah, let's do it.
That's a good one. Kate Dave says, I need a social sharing button thing at the end of my blog post. Any reason I should not go with Jetpack sharing?
Are you using Jetpack for anything else? If you're using Jetpack for anything else, then it's a gimme. You might as well just use it. But if you're not using Jetpack, then yeah, maybe shop around. Try something else out. Bridget and I are using MashShare.
MashShare. And I use Jetpack, but I'm still using MashShare.
I use Star.
And I have mine at the top because I'm pushy like marketers are. There's some debate about whether or not they should be at the top or the bottom.
Yeah.
The top is presumptuous and the bottom is. But you know what? I hate scrolling all the way down to the bottom. You know? Here's the thing. Here's the really important thing, though, that I think people forget to do. Whatever plugin you're using that will put the Twitter button on there, make sure you fill out your handle. So that when people actually tweet it, it says via YouTube Can Be a Guru, via Jason Tucker, via Kate_Dave. Because if you didn't do that, then you don't even know that people are sharing it unless you set up a column search in Hootsuite for your domain name,
Yup.
which I'm doing.
Exactly.
Because people share stuff and automate bot stuff without your
Yeah.
handle, then you don't even know it got shared.
So, Dave, the next question you're going to ask us is, should I get the paid version of it?
I don't know.
Should you get the paid version of it? I have the paid version of it,
Why?
but that's because I buy the things that I think are worth it to me and I use them. So I buy them regardless, just to make sure that the developer's covered. But the other thing is that if you are if you're big on other social networks, like let's say for instance, Dig just sends you tons of traffic, or let's say
The other one people like, not Dig. What's it called? It has a really bad user Stumble.
There's
Where's the one that all the jokes start at, and then we get them a week later? Reddit. That's it.
So let's say it's one of those, right? So Facebook, Twitter, and the subscribe button are kind of thrown in for free with MashShare. If you need Reddit, if you need any of these other ones that are out there, you can. What it will do is I think it's called like All Networks or something like that, is an add-on for it. And what it does is it gives you a little plus sign. You click the plus sign, and it kind of spits out all the rest of the links so that people can click on them and stuff. But Bridget is 100% right. Make sure you put in whatever your social network handle is for that site or for yourself, depending on how you do this, so that when people click on it, you will get some link love back, and people will subscribe to you and buy things.
Plus, you want to tell them, hey, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, and your cat has to have a Twitter account. I mean, if it has a website, it might as well have a Twitter account, right?
Oh man, Twitter and Mailchimp's all you need anyway, Dave. So it doesn't matter if that's all you like. But see, some people, I would say Facebook and Twitter are the two big, networks that people are using. So you definitely want to keep your bases covered.
Yep, I agree.
Because the sharing buttons aren't for you as much as they're for them.
Yeah, and if you run that cat blog, if you run the dog blog, you have to get the Mailchimp hat for your cat or dog.
I don't know.
I bought it. I have it. It's on my cat and dog.
Oh my God.
They wear it all day long.
No, my dog would chew it up in 30 seconds.
Our little dog who thinks it's a cat, wears it. Hey, look, Twinkle looks pretty darn awesome in that hat.
Oh man, that was a good question, actually.
That was a good question.
I think people put the buttons down on the bottom or in their footer, and they go, "Oh, I have the social sharing buttons."
Right.
No, you have the buttons that tell us where you are.
Yeah.
Those are not social sharing buttons.
Right. And that's the thing, is that you want, like, if you get traffic from Reddit, like that's your place. Wouldn't you want traffic from like the other places too? Like if I like StumbleUpon, I put all my stuff on StumbleUpon. Well, then I want to be able to share it on StumbleUpon. So go spend the extra $20 or whatever it is for the extra stuff.
Or Pinterest.
If you use that, sure. No.
Well, a lot of women do, and I mean, if you're like our friend Robin, she's doing recipes.
Oh, totally.
Probably has pictures.
Yeah.
And that should all be on Pinterest. But the hardcore Pinterest people probably have the Chrome extension pin it button.
Yeah, because that's kind of like that is the de facto, that is the one to install.
Yeah, you definitely want that.
See, the tricky part is you don't want like the entire content. Like you have your content, right? And then you have like the share button Palooza 2015, 2016 at the bottom of your content, and it's like every freaking share button ever, and you're like, make sure you click on these, and it's the one that's from Twitter, the one that's from Facebook.
Button Palooza. That's funny.
You just get this big huge block of share buttons, and you're like, which part is the content? Is it the share Palooza thing, or is it like the the picture of your cat? Like, which one am I supposed to be doing here?
We have to update that to what's that one out in the desert everybody goes to and they don't take a shower or anything?
Oh yeah.
I forgot what it's called. Not Burning Man, the music one. Oh jeez. Starts with a
South
C.
by Southwest? It might as well be South by Southwest.
Coachella. Thanks, Ross.
It's South by Southwest. It's not Coachella.
I think people take a shower at South by South. because they're staying in hotels.
I don't know, man. They all get drunk and walk around and go crazy.
No, but that was a good question, Dave. And it reminds me that I need to write that blog post that the plugins are for the media and the social is the relationships.
Yep.
If I ever talk at a WordCamp, they ever let me, that is like the only thing number one I would want to talk about. Because you cannot just install a plugin. And I don't care. I use Revival Post. That was another one we forgot to mention. We being me, the royal we. Forgot. A Revival Post is awesome. I have it set at every 7.5 hours, tweeting out my blog posts. So that's fine. But you still have to nurture your little garden of relationships. Because if you don't do it, people aren't going to like you anymore.
Right.
If they don't like you, they're not going to come and read your blog because somebody else is saying what you're saying.
Yep.
It may not be as good, but somebody else is saying it because everybody and their mom could have a WordPress self-hosted blog.
Yeah.
So it's the marketing that makes the difference and the relationship.
Robin, one of the things you were talking about was your selfie, the selfie cam thing that was in the corner. Can you hop in real quick? I have a question regarding that, and I want to see how you're going about this, and maybe we can help you out a little bit. Since we have about 15 minutes till we're going to wrap up, since that's when time Bridget goes to bed. So,
well, I try. I got to start, getting serious about it.
Stupid.
Oh, we lost. Did we lose her?
I think so. Sorry, my camera's freaking out anyhow.
That's so. Those pictures are so.
I added some in there. Watch, I'll show you. Check this out.
But
but I added some of the Wapu. See, like he's sleeping.
Oh, the Wapu.
And then there's another one where he's like,
we need a WP Blab Wapu.
Yeah.
Somebody make some.
I'll have to hit up Michelle and ask her. She can make us one.
Because you have to go get it from GitHub and to be a graphic artist and know Adobe Illustrator or something.
Well, since Robin's not replying or not jumping in, what I was going to ask is if you're trying to take, let's say that you're using Instagram, let's just say, and you post all your images on Instagram. Last episode, if you guys will remember, we talked about importing Instagram stuff into your WordPress site. You could actually set up like a custom post type or set up some type of thing where you can import all of those images, but import the images using the tag selfie.
Yes.
So you can have
the hashtag
all day, every day, and just have them all show up in there, and you'll just have all the selfies.
With Instagram Pro.
Yep. And I haven't bought that
We
yet. I got to get around to the Instagram Pro.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be the way to do it.
I don't know if it'll do a rotation slideshow.
No, but she can still use what she's using to display those that way.
Oh, okay.
But she wouldn't have to maintain it. She would just take, as long as she's not like taking a picture of her dog and then saying it's a selfie, then that's good.
So I wonder if Instagram Pro, when it pulls that into the media library, if it puts alt tags in and you have to go backwards. Just to make it the alt tag show.
Right.
All alt tags all the time.
Yeah. I don't know. Man. I'm not sure because I think that's the thing is that if it's making, because the Instagram Pro thing, what it was doing is it was importing those images, but it's also making blog posts for them, right? Yeah. So if that's the case, then it is probably pulling in the tags.
I mean, I wonder what it makes the alt tag your caption with 1 billion hashtags, because that would suck.
That would suck.
Because 1 billion hashtags is good on Instagram.
Right.
And that's it.
If you're doing Instagram right, you shouldn't be putting the hashtags in your image. You should be making a comment.
Yeah. Especially if you cross post.
Yep.
That's what Sue B. Zimmerman, the Instagram expert, says. It's a very good tip. I don't cross post. I don't put the same picture on my Instagram as I put anywhere else. So if I go out somewhere, I take 3 different pictures. One goes on Facebook, one goes on Twitter, one goes on Instagram. So they have to.
I'm lazy, and I
give them something.
Do it.
I know.
I don't care. What do I care?
Yeah, but you do it well.
I do.
Yeah, because that's what you do is you put your hashtags in the comments.
Yeah.
And then you have the problem.
And then what I do is after that, I'll tell it to push it to buffer on my site. And my site has a post that's for that image from Instagram. Remember last episode when the entire internet was filled up with all of my Instagrams? Yes. So what it does is it buffers it and pushes it. Have to be what?
You just have to be really careful about the length.
Yeah.
Because I saw a pastor, it was so bad. I'm just trying to figure out how to say it. He posted like he had an interview with so-and-so, this musical artist, and she blew his mind.
Uh-huh. Oh, no.
But not all of that went to Twitter.
Lovely.
It was really bad.
Wow.
And you just really need to be aware of what you're saying. Yeah.
Wow, that sucks. That sucks.
I'll just let you guys figure out where it went wrong. Okay?
Wow.
Because I was just like, oh my God, delete this tweet right now.
They're like, don't worry about it.
You guys should be cross-posted.
It's being cross-posted to the whole internet. It's no problem.
Because, Twitter's still 140 characters. It's different if it goes to Facebook, because Facebook can still be long.
Yeah.
Just think before you tweet, people.
Right.
Be safe.
Well, that's the thing that I do with IFTTT is I'll have that thing posted to Twitter, but I have it posted as an image to Twitter. So the entire content of the tweet ends up being, not 140 characters, but it does way better.
Right. It is better. I mean, I've seen you do that, and there's a bunch of people that do that.
Yeah.
Well,
Dave asked a question without the question real quick. He was asking I wonder if any sort of caching would help with those photos. So caching, like the term caching, is more for making sure that the content is optimized for the browser, so it shrinks it down, it does whatever it needs to do, or makes it so it doesn't have to go out to the database and go grab the content. You're probably saying like CDN, like a way of having a content distributed network display all those images and make them available. Yeah, she could totally use a CDN to do that. If she's a Jetpack user, just train on Photon would take care of the whole thing. If she's not a Jetpack user, there's plenty of places that you could do that with. Max CDN is probably one of them. If you're on WP Engine, so if she wants to ditch the $1 hosting with HostGator and get like a $29 hosting or something like that, she can get a CDN through like WP Engine or something. If she wants to get like SiteGround has a CDN, so you could do a CDN with that too. But yeah, content delivery network. That would be. I
just noticed your T-shirt. Is that C3PO on the bike?
Yeah, an R2D2.
Oh, that's awesome!
And they're going across the Death Star.
Oh my gosh! I just now noticed that.
It's inside the basket, just like
just like ET. That's great.
You got to keep it in the family,
Oh my gosh! Very clever. Yep. Oh man, CDN, yeah.
CDN, Content Delivery Network. It's good stuff. Bridget, should we wrap this bad boy up?
Yeah, I think we sufficiently, tweaked the direction of the show. And
well, as I say, Netflix does not watch itself, so I have to go down there and watch it for it. So, Bridget, how can people find you? Find your website? Find the all of the stuff that you got going on? Where at?
My blog is bridgetwillard.com. And I work at WordPress, and their blog is at wordpress.com/blog.
I thought it was stories.
What?
I thought it was /stories. It's not.
No, it's no, but the give stories are give stories.
See, I tried to throw you off.
GiveWP.com, go to About, navigate to Give Stories, or just do what I did today, which is bit.ly/give stories.
Nice. I'm Jason Tucker. You can find me Jason Tucker on Twitter. I blog over at jasontucker.us, wpmedia.pro. I have a company called tucker.pro. I love the .pro TLD, so go take a look at those things over there. I have jasontucker.photography.
Don't you have XYZ or something too?
jtuck.xyz. That's my.
I mean, you have
I have a lot of
names.
things.
You need a secretary just to
they're
keep
all
up with.
spread out throughout the year, so I don't get hit all at once.
Yeah, and that's a good postscript because this happens every little political season we have. Is these politicians, and I will say that I am a proud Republican, but totally embarrassed about how out of clueless and out of touch they are about technology, and they're PR people that don't seem to know that you need to renew your domain
Yeah, Jeb
name.
Bush, what's your problem?
On top of that, it's so embarrassing. It's not even my God. I'm like, here is this that you don't have Google alerts for yourself. You don't have some IT geek on. If you're going to politics now, you know you're going to be running for Congress in 10 years.
That's
So
why all
just
my
take
kids
care
have their
of it.
domain names. They all have first
Be
name, last name
serious.
domain names.
Yeah,
Come on.
and pay for it ahead of time and be
Yeah,
on
name-
it and have Google alerts.
And name your
Google
kid something
alert.
unique, so that way you can get the domain name. Come on.
Oh, embarrassing.
Jeb.
Seriously, what year is this? It just drives me crazy. And then see what happens is like that gets all the attention, but
Right.
it happens to businesses all the time. Definitely my postscript for today is set up a Google alert for your domain name and your name. And you should be getting those as they come in. So you know what's going on. And don't, just pay attention. You should know where is your host. I should be able to ask you, where are you hosted? You should be able to say, SiteGround, iPower.
Yep. Not
That's the
HostGator.
moral to the story.
Not HostGator.
And now you know the truth. And the truth is half the battle. G.I. Joe, Greatest American Hero.
So close, Bridget. So close.
Oh, wasn't that it?
No.
And now you know. And knowing is half the battle.
There you
G.I.
go.
Joe, Greatest American Hero.
Bridget, it's always good to hang out with you on Thursdays.
I love
Thank you
it.
all for being here and hanging out with us. We're going to close up shop. See y'all later. Bye-bye.